had a dry bite from cobra before, and at first it's a little bit scary, but thankfully it was just a dry bite.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm hanging out here at the McCarthy Wild Animal Sanctuary, and Mark, man, it's always a pleasure. It's been a little while since we hung out. Yeah. So we've got Kate and the kids here, and I really appreciated this room. The whole sanctuary, I mean, hats off to you, man. It's a beautiful sanctuary here in Palm Beach County, Florida. Where were you #1 at?
Yeah, we're #1 on TripAdvisor for the past 12 years, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's, you know, we're getting a little bit of a behind the scenes today. We're going to get up close and personal with one of his other passions. You know, big cats are a passion of his, but snakes is where it all began for you.
Yeah.
So I figured let's get in the serpentarium here and see. Oh, look at that.
We sincerely thank all of you happy campers out there. Your support makes a real difference in our efforts here at Kamp Kenan. This week's special shout out goes to longtime supporter Bob Hutchinson. Thank you for all you do and for loving reptiles.
Look at that, guys. Gaboon. Look at him drinking. That is awesome. Isn't that beautiful? All right, and you can hear the whispers. You know, this is just a place. Yeah, I don't know what it is about reptiles and kids, but the mystery of snakes, it's just, it either repels people or draws them in.
Exactly.
So for us,
I agree with that.
Yeah, there's no in between. I think there's no one that's just like cool about snakes. You're either hot or cold.
Yeah. Exactly.
So let's look at some of your favorite snakes that you keep here, and maybe if you're up for it, we can get one out and get a pretty good look at
some of the littler guys out.
Cool, very cool.
Here's the Eastern Diamondback.
Yep.
This guy bit me several years ago.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What's his story now? Most of the animals that come here to the sanctuary, are these animals that are rehab animals, or?
As far as the snakes, I would say 1/3 of them were donated, 1/3 of them I caught, and 1/3 of them I bought.
Okay.
This one I actually caught on 441 and Okeechobee Road several years ago. And he was just crossing the road. I was coming home from a show that I was doing in my van, and here's this Diamondback right there. Road. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the heck? And I hit the brake. I get out, took the tortoise out of the bucket I had him in. You know, he can walk around the van.
He can walk around and not just kill you.
I go out there. I got this snake. I don't have a hook, but I got him by the tail, and I'm trying to get him in this this container. And the sheriff pulls up right next to me with his lights on. And he says to me, my back was to him. And he says, what the hell are you doing? And I turned like this. I'm just trying to bag this rattlesnake. And the guy's eyes just go bling. And he just put his windows up, ran the light.
Just let it. That's incredible. So yeah, so now this guy's here. That's a big snake, man.
He's at least 6 foot.
Wow. And now these snakes can definitely, Eastern Diamondback's the largest venomous snake in North America.
Right.
And also one you don't want to get bit by now because of the venom yield, right? It's the amount of venom they'll inject. But how'd you get hit, and what happened, and what advice can you offer?
What happened was he was coiled up on this end of the cage here, just coiled up. And I'm feeding all the snakes. And I usually just slide this door open and throw a rat in. Well, when I threw the rat in, my hand went in a little too far. And he struck all the way from here.
No
bam,
way.
and hit my hand.
Get out of here.
And what I noticed was that he kind of slid on the plastic cage, and the shavings, it just kind of slid with him too.
Ah.
And he was going for a kill on the rat, and instead he hit my hand.
Oh man.
And man, let me tell you.
Just a simple mistake, right?
Yeah, just a dumb mistake.
And that's usually how it always happens, you know?
You get nonchalant, you do it so much, you just kind of like,
right.
Yeah. And also one day you're a little bit too close.
Gotcha.
But that was 15 minutes to the hospital. By the time I got to the hospital, I was having an allergic reaction, and my throat swelled shut. I was literally stumbling as I was coming in the door. And then they immediately cut my throat open, put a trach in. Then I went in a coma for 3 days, 13 days in the ICU, another 2 weeks in recovery. It was a bad bite.
Oh my God. Well, because that bite was intended to kill a rat.
Yeah.
So
it was a feeding response kind of thing.
There you go. Yeah.
So now I don't. I do.
I understand.
I go back to the old ways of doing things.
Yeah, slow and steady, man.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, who we got here?
Yeah, we got the spectacle cobras.
Beautiful.
Albinos.
Yeah, you have
boas.
big, beautiful boas, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Those are both donated.
Yeah, I'm not, you know, what's funny is some people might get a little, like, kind of complacent. When they see a boa, it's a common snake. But when you see a large boa, friends, and the beauty, look at that dark pattern, the beautiful scalation. I mean, that's just a vibrant animal. One of my greatest moments was in Costa Rica finding a red tail in the wild. You know how it is. I mean, it's one thing to keep these animals, right? It's an honor to be able to keep
them in the wild.
Seeing them in the wild is like bucket list stuff. And you see this guy, he turns into a little kid. I get goosebumps when I'm around someone like this enthusiastic. This is why I came here today, because I wanted you guys to get that stoke. And look at how gorgeous it is in here. I mean, everything is just immaculate, and this is just how I like to keep things myself. You know, I did a video not long ago, okay? And the reason, it's kind of like a follow-up to my I hate cleaning my snake cage video. I only have 3 snakes. I've got a blackhead python, a carpet python, and I've got a berm, a big berm. The berm's great. I got a huge enclosure for it. I cannot stand cleaning vision cages. It's like the biggest mind-numbingly boring thing for me. So, you know, I wanted to show my fans, I do love snakes, but I'll just come visit you because you have done an amazing job cleaning all of these animals, man.
Yeah, I gotta give a lot of credit to Anna, because this is her favorite room.
Is it really?
Yeah, she's in here every morning, 5 o'clock, boom, 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 boom.
No way.
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah, that's really cool.
And her whole thing is, if you keep up on it, it doesn't become a problem. Just like everything outside. You keep up on it. Okay. You have a regular routine. It's easy. Once you start breaking that routine, you know, you get all kinds of flies and mites and all kinds of problems.
Gotcha. Okay.
These are Dorisas, the South American rattlesnakes.
Yes.
There's several different types of Dorisas.
Okay.
This is Cumanensis. And what's cool about these guys is they're striped.
Right, they have that dorsal stripe. And look at that, guys. So this is a South American rattlesnake. Some people don't realize rattlesnakes do get into South America. They're a New World species. And they're also found on some islands in the Caribbean. Is that correct?
There's some of the islands in the lower California, California, in Aruba.
In Aruba, that's it.
There's a Aruba island rattlesnake, which is extremely rare, just because it's such a small island.
Yeah. But that's incredible how this animal has spread out all over the New World, and then to find an island with one, you know, what a niche. Wow.
These are Russell's vipers. You don't want to get bit by these guys. They coagulate the blood very quickly.
So that means it turns it to like a jelly, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh,
And I have about 6 of these guys.
So there you go, as one needs.
Bushmaster, largest viper in the Western Hemisphere.
And this guy's going through shed right now.
Yeah, he is. Oh yeah,
Wow.
he's in deep shed.
Yeah, look at that. I love Bushmaster. Me too. Look at the, you know, I've never seen, look at those dorsal scales. They're almost like scoots.
Yeah, they're very rough, the Bushmasters.
Yeah, look at that. Almost serrated. That would be an interesting snake to feel. I'll bet.
They feel pretty cool. And then I got a couple younger ones.
Oh, okay.
There. And my Arizona blacks in here.
Now you love getting out west, don't you?
Yes, I have a place in Arizona that I go to, and usually not always, but sometimes I can spend the whole summer out there, and it's just awesome.
That's incredible.
And it's just rattles. It's out near Portal, Arizona, which is a pretty popular place nowadays. But rattlesnakes all over the property.
But what is the, there's a lot of biodiversity in rattlesnakes there. Is that true? There's a lot of different species.
Yeah, they have several different species of rattlesnakes in Arizona.
Wow, okay.
Down where I'm at, you get the Mojaves, the Western Diamondbacks, the blacktails, the twin spots, the ridge nose, the rock rattlesnakes.
Wow.
So there's 6 right there. So Massasaugas are kind of close to there, down south a little bit.
Awesome.
So they have several different species.
The puff adders are beautiful.
These are my Komodo Island vipers here.
Wait a minute.
These are really Insularis, they call them.
These are Komodo Island vipers.
Yeah, Insularis. People call them different names.
That is gorgeous.
These guys love the strike.
They do. I don't want to have them hit the glass.
They strike though pretty good.
Oh god.
But there's a blue phase, a yellow phase, and a green phase.
All on one island, or is it? Are they spread on Floras and Komodo? Do they kind of?
Good question. I'm not exactly sure.
Because I mean that phase. I wonder if you would find that phase on the same island as that kind of. Is it teal? I'm colorblind. I'm pretty bad. Is that like a tealish color? Bluish?
Baby blue.
Yeah, kind of a.
Kate's here.
Light
You guys haven't seen her in a while.
blue.
Say hello. Anyway, yeah, that's awesome.
And we got the Cape Cobra, pretty aggressive snake, beautiful one though.
Now, All right, so again,
Ooh, this Russell's
what
just
do you?
shed.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he gets excited. It's really fun to hang out with Mark here. Now, the one thing I'm noticing about this is this a diurnal snake?
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying, like, all right. So normally you would think
snakes are moving all the time. It just kind of depends.
when it's that Goldilocks
Yeah.
hour for them, but this seems like a snake that's extremely active. Most of, in my limited experience with the elapids, they seem to be a much more energetic snake. Is that always true with elapids? Or
Yeah, well, yeah, I would say, yeah. I mean, a lot of the cobras are very, hooding up and
Okay.
hissing a lot and
Wow.
biting some people, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I got Gila monsters in here.
Oh, they're cute little dumpy Gila
I can
monsters.
take one of these guys out.
Have you guys ever seen? Come here, Soph.
It's a Gila monster.
Yeah, do you know what a Gila monster is?
I've seen them on YouTube videos.
On YouTube videos? All right, so we're gonna learn, we're gonna teach Sophia a little bit about the Gila monster. So there's two types of venomous reptile, lizards in the world. And this is the one.
This is Tequila. He's my oldest Gila monster.
Whoa, look at his little face. And
these are found near my property also down
Oh,
in
there.
Arizona. They're pretty common.
that's a good looking size too.
And they're, the other one's the beaded lizard, but they get that name with the beaded tail.
You see that fat tail there?
And their venom glands are right down here in the bottom
Okay.
of their cheeks. And they got grooves in their teeth. And their teeth are very sharp and very powerful jaws. I mean, look at those jaws.
Oh
So
my
when they
gosh.
grab you, they don't let go. And the venom seeps down between the little slits in their teeth into your wounds. Nobody's ever died from one, but I've heard the bite is actually more painful than a venom.
Is it a
There's no
hemotoxic venom or is it a?
Yes.
It's a hemotoxic.
Yes.
Okay. There's the other one.
This is the female. I call her Margarita. So we got Tequila, Margarita, and Sheila.
Oh, beautiful. They look great. Yeah, I love Gila monsters. We, not too long ago, we visited with John Brugan from St. Augustine Alligator Farm. And he's got some really nice Gila monsters. He breeds them. He's got a really cool setup at his private residence. So
Yeah, they breed pretty relatively easy for some people.
yeah, and years
right?
ago, my friends at Pro Exotics were Chad Brown and Robin Markland were doing a project where they were breeding them for color and stuff like that. But
Yeah, some of those guys got all black ones now.
yeah, it's cool
I got
stuff.
babies up here.
Which species?
I got baby Arizona Mountain Kings.
Wild.
A baby California Mountain Kings. A couple of milk snakes.
Would you say this room is your little passion project?
Yes.
Never mind the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
If I had to get rid of every all this stuff, and I could only keep one thing, it would probably be the reptile.
Awesome. And we got a little
This guy,
ornery.
he just keeps going.
Yes, this is a Crow's Squiculatus sylvani. They get really cool looking in color. I want to get more lighting in some of my cages, but
It's cool.
but they're pretty cool. These are young ones.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And then the copperheads.
Copperheads,
Really nice,
and
man.
then the twin spots, and then these desert vipers. These guys.
That's
are
a cool looking little hat. Oh, that is cool. Look at this, guys. Look at how he's kind of wiggling.
Yeah,
getting
they'll
himself in.
just wiggle right into the sand. See how he's doing it right now?
Yes. How many are in here?
There's just two,
Perfect.
but that one right there is already doing it. And they'll get down there, you can't even see them.
And their eyes are almost like a flounder, or
Yeah.
they're kind of up on top of their head because that'll be the only thing sticking up.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, they're really
See, that's interesting behavior, and that would be an interesting animal to kind of keep. You know, that's part of the reason we love these animals is the behavior and how they're adapted to their environments. I love simple little thing, guys. You see this flat rock. He's got this really nice. I forget who makes this material,
It's
but
crushed walnuts.
okay, crushed walnuts. There you go. So it's just a look at it. He looked right at us here.
Yeah.
So this. So refresh my. I was talking and I get these brain fades.
That's okay.
Is this a rattlesnake species? No. What is this?
This is a viper.
Okay. I'm sorry. There you go. Okay, North Africa.
Viper.
All right. Very cool.
Desert sand vipers.
All right. Very cool. Because I was going to say that that is just. I knew it was a viper just by the shape of that head. You can really tell a viper by that head, and then the venom glands for them are on top, right? The venom is that
Right
the
in their
venom
cheeks.
right in their
Kind of
cheeks.
right
All right.
there.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I could take something out for you. I don't want to take out anything too big.
No, let's not do something too big. We'll have the kids step back, but I want to, I always like to show my friends out there in YouTube land just a really up close, unobstructed. So this is an education for me also. I mean, this is a big deal to be able to come over here and hang out with Mark and to really get a little bit of that information that he's had for many years keeping these animals. He worked at the Miami Serpentarium under Bill Hast. And as you can see,
Haas's birthday today.
it's Bill Hast's birthday. Shout out to the mighty Bill Hast. How old was Bill? Was he 101?
He was 100 years old when he passed.
He was 100 years old when he passed. As you see, my wife just scrammed. It's all right.
I'm going to take out one of the copperheads.
Yes.
Really pretty.
I love copperheads. This was a species that I would regularly see in Pennsylvania. When I lived in central Pennsylvania, we would always go on south-facing hills. And along the power lines going up the hills, there was a lot of rocky outcrops, a lot of fern, a lot of rocky outcrops, and you would find copperhead and timber rattlesnakes, which are awesome.
Common up there.
Yes, very, very beautiful snakes. And for those of you who don't know, the timber rattlesnake, when it is found further south, is called the canebrake rattlesnake. It's a different phase. And in my opinion, I think the canebrake is a very beautiful looking snake.
There's one over there.
Is there? Okay. Well, here we go. I'm just going to hang back.
Yeah, sure. This is a broad-banded copperhead.
And where are they from?
These guys are from the southern part of the southeastern United States.
All right, so this is a more southern form.
Yes.
There you go. All right, so this is, again, a pit viper.
Yes, this would be similar to your moccasin and a few other snakes like that.
And these guys are actually, the Achistrodon piscivorus is the water moccasin, and then Achistrodon, what is it, Achistrodon? You say that, guys.
Let's just into this.
All right, there we go. Beautiful.
But this is an adult. We have a pair here.
Okay. Do you ever get any reproduction from these? Or?
Yes, I've had a few of them born here. I don't produce a lot of stuff just because, we're
right, where are you going to put it?
That's one of our copperheads.
That's nice. That is really cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much.
I always, there's a part of me that's always, when someone asks, or I ask someone to pull an animal out, these are dangerous animals. Copperheads, probably not a life-threatening bite if you're an adult human being in good health. Young people, young children, pets.
Yeah, anybody young or old.
Old. This could be a problem. Right.
Have a weak immune system.
Exactly. You don't want to have that happen. And so I always am very thankful for someone, because at the end of the day, friends, it is a little bit of a risk what we're doing here,
Let me go over here. I'll pull up one of these other guys. One of the rattlesnakes. Let's just see how they rattle.
All right.
Some of these guys are so tame they don't rattle, and some of these guys rattle like crazy.
Is there any truth to this new old wives' tale that I'm hearing, that rattlesnakes are now not rattling in the wild because if they rattle, now they're going to get killed? They're learning. Is that? That's why I'm asking an expert.
Well, the rattlesnakes rattle as a warning, just like the cobras. You don't always see the cobras with the hood up, unless they're being, sought by a predator or something. Yeah. Hood up. Rattlesnakes same way. They're only using that rattle, shaking that rattle when they're trying to tell you to get away from you.
And then last resort
any
is
kind of animal.
Okay. Last resort is they're going to bite you.
Yeah, last resort is they'll bite you.
And what perhaps you could shed a little light on, like a dry bite. Why would tell folks out there, why would a dry bite happen, or what is a dry bite?
A dry bite is when a venomous snake will bite you, but not inject the venom. Okay. And so that I've had a dry bite from cobra before. And at first it's a little bit scary, but thankfully it was just a dry bite. Okay. And that's generally when they don't inject any venom.
What species is this?
This is the black-tailed rattlesnake. It's from southeast Arizona. Okay. They have really pretty ones out there.
This is, I'm telling you, I just love the contrast.
You can see the tail going like this. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in the regular sunlight, there's this gorgeous golden brown.
And of course, guys, this animal's just a little nervous, and I'm giving it a wide berth because I'm not 100% sure on that animal's strike range. So I want to make sure that I stick back. I'm not using the longest of GoPro handles at the moment, and because it's a pit viper, it can sense my hand. It can see the heat in my hand. The other thing you should look for when a snake is really upset, see that tongue flicking up and down? That's letting you know also he's really not happy because he's trying to get a gauge. And that tongue is just doing,
what is going on?
Yeah, he's like, wait a minute, I was just happy a moment ago.
And then the rattle, every time they shed their skin, they get a new segment on that rattle.
Very, very
So
cool.
you cannot tell the age of a rattlesnake by how many rattles it has, which is another wives' tale.
You see how quickly it just shuts off like that? That's pretty cool. It's like a switch, you know? It just stops immediately. And another old wives' tale was that the rattle could hurt you.
Nah.
Yeah, but the rattle is just keratin and free-floating bone, I believe, inside this keratin casing. And it just shakes around. Hey, listen, it's a very interesting and distinct noise that does...
You can't miss it.
You can't miss it. And you know what's funny is, no matter how many times I hear it, it's primal to me. It's a noise that even if you didn't know anything about snakes, I think would stop you in your tracks.
Sure. You'd be like,
Yeah, what's going on? Let's go away from that noise. Very, very cool stuff.
Yeah, they're cool.
This is beautiful.
I love the rattlesnake.
I could tell.
I have 23 different types.
Beautiful. All right, well, there you have it, everybody. We got a chance to see some animals unobstructed by glass. I want to thank Mark for spending some time with me here today and the kids. You know, he just got done doing tours all day, and I called him up yesterday, and without missing a beat, he said, come on over. I know this guy's tired. He works very hard. So what I would like you to do is go follow them on Instagram at McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary. Hey, his wife handles all of his media. He's old-fashioned, all right.
I can barely handle my phone.
No worries. Well, anyway, I'll tell you what, we're going to say goodbye right now. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of hanging out with Mr. McCarthy. I had a great time, and that's it. We'll see you again soon. Maybe we'll do another video with Mark here with some other type of animals. I don't know. He's got a lot.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.